NCRP Productions proudly presents Mörk Borg, Pirate Borg, Rosae Osculum. Episode 4, The Light That You Shine.
Hello again, my name is Mike, and I will be your GM. This session, we are playing Mörk Borg, the pitch black metal apocalyptic RPG, and its supplement, Pirate Borg.
I was trying to see how, without interrupting you, I was trying to get Pedro to tell me how the volume was.
He's looking good.
Good.
Cool, should I do that again, or?
No, that was good.
That was a good start.
Okay. Let's go around and meet our survivors.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Crag Sally, the Swashbuckler knife knave. And I got one boot now.
So, Crag Sally, the one boot.
The one boot.
Hi, it's Barry. I am running Blevit, a fanged deserter. What am I? You know, I just realized thinking about it. I understand the fang part. What did I desert from?
You're literally the only one that can answer that question, Barry.
He's always making pies, this guy.
One S. One S.
Fuck.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I am playing Bartholomew, Bilge, the Buccaneer, and I have 2 shoes.
Shoe check, quick shoe check. I also have 2 shoes. I am John, and I'll be playing George Clooney, the cursed skinwalker.
Just for counting's sake, Blevit also has 2 shoes at this time.
All right, okay. Great.
God damn it.
So, last time, you entered the town of Brine Skull, where you noticed a few odd people milling about. You immediately tried to pick a fight with the guy cutting wings off of birds. As he stood up, you realized he was about 11 feet tall, and you then immediately decided you were not going to pick a fight with him.
True.
You loudly announced that you had killed a bunch of people, and the town's leader, an elderly gentleman by the name of Hooker, approached you and began interrogating you about whether or not you were from Salt Stank. You eventually convinced him that you were not from Salt Stank, and as you entered the small church there, you found out that they actually don't worship the 2-headed basilisks. They actually worship an ancient god named Dugon, who they see as a fish humanoid. After professing your love for Dugon, Hooker immediately asked you to do him a couple of favors in return for a place to sleep and a couple of treasures. The jobs he asked you to do for him were to secure the meat from the Leviathan, find his missing crew, infiltrate Salt Stank, the wicked town full of blasphemers and fish humpers, and find out if someone from Brine Skull has been contacting the people of Salt Stank.
Fantastic. And we also fought some gobos.
You then went to a nearby empty shack where Crag Sally bravely walked in without looking and was immediately attacked by 4 goblins.
Yeah.
You handily took them out. That last one almost got away with you, but with a fantastic shot from our friend Bartholomew Bilge, they were all killed. Then, as night fell, you heard the ringing of 2 bells as the first 2 seals of the Necrobel's calendar broke.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You immediately saw all the birds in the vicinity fall over dead, and each one of you, and everyone else in the town, began coughing up blood.
Well, that's going to make getting the Leviathan meat easier.
And for those who don't know Mörk Borg as well as we don't, would you tell us about the scrolls as they open, as they break, as the seals break, and what those numbers mean?
Oh, certainly. So, every day we are going to roll at least 1 die. If we get a 1 on it, we are going to look up what happens in what is called the Calendar of Necrubel. And these are psalms written by a prophet. They are some of the prophecies of Verhu. And as the 7th one happens, the world burns entirely. The game is over, and everybody dies.
Rockin'.
It will happen eventually.
So we have a horizon for this game no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. The only way to get out of this game is to die.
And my last notes say next day.
Yes.
Everybody else getting the blood coughs too.
Yeah.
Do we still have them, or was that a last night thing only?
Oh, it continues. So, upon waking, exhausted from a near constant coughing, expelling frothy, congealed blood, you step outside of your crumbling, gore-soaked abode. You inhale deeply, catching the tantalizing scent of smoke and meat. Nearly the entire town stands behind Hooker, watching a fire burn. Toward the cliff's edge, you see the 11-foot-tall Jaula standing, arms crossed by the gallows that are turned, hanging over the cliff. They are laden with 4 bodies, each missing a limb or 2. At the edge of town, on the road leading inland, you see a person in a long, black robe, giggling while setting up a large tent that is clearly made of the skins of different monsters. In front of the tent's opening stands a tall, makeshift sign, lit by the flickering lantern. The sign reads, KMART.
Oh, there's... Okay, it's easier to see in the daytime. There's KMART. Oh, man, I'm really glad I have one of those. I feel like I haven't seen one in a while.
Well, so shall we go to KMART and then on down to the Leviathan?
Yeah, I think this should be a good slam dunk.
I think I might have a coupon somewhere in here. I've been carrying it around for a really long time. I got it in the mail after making a purchase of a blender at the Kmart and a bit of speech.
Okay, do you guys think these birds are good to eat still? Or, like, I know they all died, and I'll kick one, like, over a cliff. I know they all died, but, like, do you think they're still good for the day?
There's one way to find out, one simple way.
Put, like, 5 on a stick, set them to roast, and then we'll come back after Kmart.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay, cool. So, being a survivalist, I'll quickly whip up a fire and, like, just kind of go along town and, like, stick 5 pigeons. By the way, all my little ratty boys, Delilah always stays with me, but the boys, they're running around, and they actually... If I may, I'm going to purchase some more rats. If you allow me to buy them, they've maybe found a few more crew for me.
They may not love you. Like
they don't love me yet, but they're building a crew at this point. So they've maybe brought a few more.
That's great. Yeah, Bartholomew Bilge, go ahead and roll a d4.
he's like an orc gork.
4.
Is
Okay.
Bartholomew enough?
You do see that one of your little ratty boys is dragging us like almost a piece of dental floss tied between 4 rats that clearly don't want to be there.
Oh my
He is
God.
dragging them toward you, though.
And so,
You will love me.
Like any healthy relationship, they'll learn to love you.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you've seen it in a lot of things. Black Mamba, if I remember, was one.
Beauty and the Beast.
The greatest love
Yep.
story.
Yep.
Stories.
go over to them. Good job, boys. You found
Black
some
Mamba
more
was the
crew.
reindeer Thai one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there was love there.
I figured it was a porn of some sort.
And so I'll pick up my boys and then grab the string and I'll say, "Hey there, fellas, don't worry, you'll learn to love it here." And then I'll say, "Delilah, I'll leave these ones up to you," and I'll stick them back. And Delilah will go into this like she'll lift the hood of my cloak that's back there, or my coat, and then she'll go into her own little office with them. She has to do the intro process.
Intake.
The intake process.
Onboarding?
Onboarding, yeah, the onboarding. Nice.
As they embark you.
Yes, and they embark me, yeah. So Delilah will throw off the ropes down, and yeah, so they'll all scurry up.
So it's a rat press gang.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So I got 4 little new ratty boys. I'll get the names to you later.
That's
To
part
be
of
honest,
that's part of the onboarding process is either giving them or finding out their names.
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the names of your other rats.
That's
so.
fine. It's all for me, baby.
Delilah's there.
Yeah, Delilah.
We won't forget Delilah.
Nor Rust.
But yeah, so I'll finish stabbing the birds, set them on the fire, and like a little.
And that's going to be an immediate curiosity to me. I mean, the birds fell this morning, right?
Yeah, they fell pretty much all through the night. You heard them like crashing into the ground. Yeah.
And yet we see everybody with a fire that is up and running, and people at the end of gibbets hanging.
And nobody
and
is
no
eating the birds.
Yeah, okay, all right. That's kind of where I
It's
thought
a
it was
good
going.
sign.
Yeah, so I'm going to go grab birds as well, bring them back as a second backup. If those cook well, We should eat our fill.
All right, yeah, fantastic. So you are actually fucking drawing rats right now.
What? These were rats from before.
Rats.
Yeah, these are some of my boys. I got Scab, Rust, Keel, and then I still need to draw Delilah.
Okay.
Delilah's
All right.
in the first picture. Remember?
Oh
She's got
yeah,
the
that's
glasses.
right. Delilah was already
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
And it's a full frontal of Delilah where these are just heads.
I had
Okay.
a question about the gallows.
I just heard that he had a full frontal of a rat. So
No,
yeah,
it's
sure,
not
let's
that.
change
I
the
need
subject.
I need to explain this.
The 4 faces, are they the ones that we've seen in the town, or are they new faces?
Do we see the faces?
We saw like the cluster of village people. Like, are these the skeletons?
Oh, these were the goblins that you killed.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, cannibalism now.
Oh,
since they're gone.
Right.
I recall now we
It
were
would have
nice
been.
enough to share. We gave bodies
That's right.
over. We
Okay.
kept
That's
a
right.
leg.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
A leg of
Why,
Hank.
after we killed them, are they out on the gibbets instead of actually on the spit?
Well, they're missing limbs, so they took parts.
They took the good parts.
Oh.
And you do see that Jowla, the large person, is standing cross-armed in front of them, almost as if he's perhaps guarding them.
Oh, and they could be curing them too. They could have
Oh,
dipped them
yeah.
in the salt water. And
It
then
like
left them out to
brining them?
dry. Yeah, brining them.
they're
Yeah.
brining
It's
their
like a
people.
slow, like jerkying process.
What is that called? Ceviche.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like goblin ceviche.
Goblin
Yeah.
ceviche,
Okay.
I'm sure there are a lot of limes in this world.
Lime is not
limes.
the core of the ceviche, is it? I thought.
I mean, that's
sitting in the
that's how
sun.
it gets cooked. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I thought sitting in the sun and rotting was the core because I thought
I'm not eating your
Oh, I
ceviche.
love ceviche.
I'm not eating your ceviche. I don't know why people eat this. I make it all the time. And I still eat
I
it.
put fish in a bucket and I put it outside. It's never good.
Fucking
Well,
horrendous.
it's flat, and I know it's periodically done on like a leaf, which there's not a whole lot of leaves, like a banana leaf. There's not a whole lot of those in this world either, but I just assumed. So you're saying it's the acid that burns them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking salt, but okay, all right. Normally, every time I see ceviche, it's got flies on it, so I kind of was like, maybe
I
that's
mean,
a
Where are you
Truly-
eating ceviche?
I think that makes it better.
I'm going to upset a whole country, but Mexico. Both times I've been to Mexico, there's ceviche out in a bunch of the all-you-can-eat sections. I kind of look at it and go,
Okay.
nope, I don't think so.
The best ceviche that I've ever had was in a small village in Guatemala, and the lady was walking around selling it out of a 5-gallon bucket. And it was awesome.
I know
So
this
it's
story.
exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So it's
She
kind of like
approached
poke,
with-
only like it's poke and haggis mixed. It's poke that sits out for a really long time.
Yeah, sure. That's fine, Barry. Yeah,
Point
okay.
is it tastes awesome. You didn't die, and everybody had a good time.
Exactly.
The high
the
concentration
point was
of hydrogen
goblin
ions.
ceviche.
Right. Sorry, the point was that they're making goblin ceviche.
On to KMART.
On to KMART.
I would like to gather the party around really quickly.
Oh,
and
yes.
I just think that it's really important that we acknowledge that we all did a wonderful job. I really appreciated all of your work on that last project.
Thank you, Mr. Clooney.
It's
Thank you,
no. Listen, like I'm part of the project, but it's really you that make it all happen.
Thank you, George. I
Yeah.
appreciate the can't speak.
He's beyond words. Thank
Be
you,
honest,
Mr.
be honest
Clooney.
with you, I've forgotten what I was going to say.
His teeth got in the way.
I'd imagine it was something along the lines of recognition.
Sure.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
So, Bart, you have skewered these birds and you put them on there. And then you took a few moments to listen to George Clooney give a speech and, discuss ceviche and some other weird things that happened, talking about nude rats or something. And you do notice at a certain point that this weird kind of like, as the feathers burn, this weird kind of like green smoke starts coming off of these birds. I need you to go ahead and make a toughness test.
Oh, that's Delilah. I was like, I don't remember it being that bad.
Okay. You have Delilah's stats. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I do have Delilah's stats. The 6?
Okay, fantastic. The coughing intensifies, and you begin just vomiting. You are on your knees, it's a chunder puddle in front of you guys right now.
Don't eat the birds!
Are you doing it on the birds?
Yes, because in my survivor mind, I'm like, they can't eat these. This is terrible. And I'll aim it onto the birds. Don't eat the birds!
I'd like to help guide the vomit stream onto the fire to douse the smoke.
I'm curious about
Sure.
the basting method that Bartholomew is using.
You saw him jam birds onto a stick and then put it over a fire.
Yes, but now the basic method
yes.
that he's using, I'm questioning it.
Don't eat the birds yet. It's not good.
Salmonella. That's what happens when.
Salmonella?
Yeah,
Poultry
salmonella.
is-
So they're infected by fish.
Salmon. Yeah.
It's the worst case of the fishmanella.
Salmonella? What am I doing wrong here? Salmonella?
Nothing, it's Mörk Borg.
Yeah.
Salmonella?
I like salmonella.
Right, we know about it.
Get that one wrong.
Got the
that one's good.
salmonella poisoning.
I'm just happy we're advanced enough that we know about bacteria.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, we were all normal people just a little bit ago.
That's right. I forget that shit really went
Yeah,
down
you
quick.
see Craig Sally gets a wistful look in her eye. You know that she's thinking back to her Pilates days back in Venice Beach, imagining how much better the algae cakes tasted back then.
I miss my
She had
Peloton.
skin.
When she had skin and a heartbeat.
Heartbeat, yeah, and teeth that didn't fall out all the time.
Exactly.
Stares into the middle distance.
Just like
Yeah.
cramming inside Rebecca. Not today, little buddy.
We don't all slip into those, do we? You get a faraway look. Do we all just remember that?
I probably would if I remembered it.
I start to remember.
I start to
and
look
then-
and then I wonder what everyone else is doing because I can't figure out what I was doing.
I start to remember, and then I look down at the rats, who I haven't told to stop yet, so they think it's still cooking. And so Rust and Keel were actually both helping each other to spin the
Nice.
roast. They're hopping. I want everybody to have that image.
Like in a Muppet Christmas Carol?
Yeah,
it's
basically,
where Rizzo's running on the duck. Okay.
Exactly, and then Delilah's holding my hair, and then I look up, see Craig Sally, that faraway look, and then I look over at Delilah and get that faraway look, and then I just have this like
While vomit is just rocketing out
Yeah.
of her
What
mouth.
it's about is the embarking rats. If Delilah's out here holding your hair, what do they do?
oh, hard cut to them. They're chained up right now, filling out forms.
Who knows where they're chained
Yeah.
up?
They're chained up, filling out forms.
Yeah, I want you to imagine like a small stone room and they're all chained up somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's there's.
Paperclip, man.
I mean, we haven't explored
Manacles.
all the compartments of my body.
Hold on.
Okay, that sounded
Well,
worse
I
than I meant.
understand the
see,
next arc of this story.
In my mind, there are extras that I've created, so don't worry, it's not what you think.
I like to imagine that you have like a gunshot wound that you cover with your hair.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot.
there's a little home there.
Yeah, no,
A
you guys,
studio.
you guys will see.
That's like $3,000 a month in LA.
Yeah, no,
To
they,
live in the back of somebody's head.
But in Bartholomew,
my rats are getting a hell of a deal.
Hold up. How do you pronounce it then? How do you say the chicken thing?
salmonella.
Salmonella.
What am I saying?
Samonala.
It's
No,
just spelled like
salmonella.
salmon. It just has salmon at the beginning.
You
just-
said it completely correctly the first
Yeah,
time.
you said it
You did.
perfectly fine.
Barry was giving you what's called a hard time.
Giving you guff.
Extremely gullible. Okay.
Okay, so
I'd love to if you've stopped vomiting. Or
as soon as I can.
So this happened. This goes on for about 15 minutes. At a certain point,
I go to
his
KMART.
stomach is just fully empty, and
not
his body is like dry heaving.
we can just drag you with the party.
Yeah, we're gonna pull him to Kmart with us.
Okay,
We'll give him like 2 or 3 minutes and then we're going.
you guys drag Bartholomew Bilge.
Good. I'm cool. I'm good.
Just a rainbow of vomit being dragged behind
A
you.
rainbow
I
of vomit.
just want to ask the group: are we going to leave the birds just cooking?
The rats look happy.
Yeah, they're fun. They'll probably eat it. They have a higher constitution than I, so they'll probably have a good time.
Well, on to Kmart.
Shopping.
Yes. So approaching this this tattered, disgusting tent, you see this person, I would say, kind of peeking out. You just see like two pinpoints of red, like looking out at you from a slit in the tent. You hear just a loud, and you hear it close. The
Concerned Kmart is run by Jollos. I'm not sure why I remembered that.
No, I think this is part of it. I feel like I remember this part. Okay, and now that I'm like, you know, when you get out of the shower and you like slough off water, that's what I'm doing with the vomit. Okay.
Squeegee?
Yeah, I'm trying to squeegee
Squeegee
with
the
my
vomit.
Squeegeeing
hand.
off the
Okay,
vomit.
And then I'm like, I go up, straighten up. Okay, you're good. Take one step, vomit to the side, and then go to the door.
It's Kmart. There'll be people vomiting.
Yeah. There's a whole play. It's a whole, yeah.
God damn it, that's so funny.
Fuck Kmart, I guess.
What, they're closed. What does it matter? What are they gonna do?
Abandoned our community.
It's
Yeah.
true, they did.
They
and now some hoity-toity weed like spas in there now.
Yeah.
I do want to understand a weed spa. Maybe not tonight, maybe not ever, but
I've had friends that have went. They said it's delightful.
the weed spa.
The weed spa, yeah, because
Okay.
they use like massage oils with infused
Hemp.
Yeah.
Not hemp massage,
Well,
okay.
yeah, I guess hemp.
The jacuzzi is a bomb.
See, I've never been in there, so it very well could be shaped that way, and I would never know.
really
Almost
funny.
feel
It'd be
like
really
next
funny.
week's episode needs to be from
Live.
right? Yeah.
I'm always down to get a hot box episode going, Barry. You know I'm down with that.
Oh God!
Oh.
If we ever eat like a mysterious vegetable, that's what we'll do.
I'm mysterious. There's nothing to eat around except these mushrooms. Here, everybody take them.
And then that'll be the hot box episode.
Yeah, it's a hot box episode.
Oh, that's so bad.
But then again, I mean, never mind.
Yeah,
So, the Kmart.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Kmart.
And the peculiar blue lights flashing in there.
Yes. You definitely see as you begin to open the flap of the tent that there are some blue lights
Is it doing the
flashing.
stroping?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it seems really bad. You do step into this place. Are you just leaving the donkey outside, or
Is it large enough for me to bring my donkey inside?
it'd be a tight fit?
would it
but-
change the answer?
I guess not really. I mean, I don't want to have to disassemble the donkey to bring it in.
Okay, yeah, the
Walk
donkey,
it out.
it's currently licking up some vomit. so-
Okay, I will bring the donkey with me. Someone's
Okay.
gonna eat this fucking donkey. I care about this
I
thing.
don't
My
believe
rat's
so, not
gonna
after
watch
eating that.
The little one could watch the big one.
Okay, I'm clutching my coupon that I found. It's raggedy. It's bile soaked, but you can read it.
We'll be keeping it for a while.
Yeah.
I'm fully gonna let you have a coupon. That's fine.
Dang it. I didn't care
But
what it
only you
does.
because you said it first. I like you best.
So, who's this fun character who's giggling?
Yeah, I
having
would
a
like to
good
see the
time?
red-eyed giggler.
Yes.
totally.
So you step in, and this is like any other ordinary, like small little like market-sized tent. Although there is like a bright point of light up at the very like apex of this tent that is making it both incredibly bright and somehow very, very dark in all of the corners.
It's like a sizzling on my dead retina.
Yeah.
All of us staring at it too
It's an
long.
ancient fluorescent tube.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what the fuck
something
is
like that.
happening?
The shelves that are in here are somehow full, and yet there's not really anything that you want to buy.
We've been told the Kmart man's name. Who remembers it?
Oh, shoot.
It was like, it's not what I think it is.
No, it's not Alika the Sweaty, no.
And standing,
Eliza.
Oh, Liza.
Sweaty? No, she's
No,
the
that's
witch who
from
loves
the-
Salt Snake.
Kmart. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Renby Kurt.
I don't have that.
Is he right?
his name's Kurt.
Hey, well done.
Oh, I'm
Does,
such an
does
idiot.
it say ran by?
Run by.
Yeah.
That could be his
It
first
looked like an E, and I capitalized the R, and it's 2 words. I was like, Renby Kurt, sure.
So
I quit. I gotta go home.
So
That was bad.
standing behind the counter, you do see this tall, very lanky individual wearing like tattered black robes. This person seems either incredibly old or incredibly dead. They have like these sunken black pits where their eyes should be, and there's just 2 little pinpricks of red. They smile at you and go, "Welcome to Kmart. How can I help you?"
Are you, Kurt?
I am Kurt Rotcloak. What can I get you?
We're here to purchase wares from you. We've been traveling for a very long time.
That's fantastic. I have many wares to sell.
Okay, do we need to talk to you? Do we just kind of browse and bring it up?
Oh, you just go ahead and grab on whatever you need and just bring it on up here.
Cool. Do you have, like, any carts or hand baskets?
He looks around and he finds like a very large skull that appears to have like multiple like breaks in it, and he hands that to you.
Cool, thank you. This is what I remember. So I'll go around and start...
That's what I remember.
Fuck Kmart.
We're just coming out real hard on Kmart.
Sounds like
We've drawn a line in the sand.
Okay, let's do some shopping.
my friends, before we break up, may I ask, should we shop together or spread out.
I think it's a fun group activity. You shop together, you discuss each other's choices about products. It's like, oh, I don't like that toilet paper, I like that toilet paper. It's fun.
That's a good
Bonding.
idea. Kurt, do you have toilet paper?
I'm not quite sure what that is.
Well, the ones I've used in the past roll out. There's writing on one side.
Do you have
generally
seashells?
nothing on the other.
What? Yeah. Oh, that toilet paper. Of course, yeah. Isn't it lovely not being able to read? I don't know what the fuck these things are.
Nice.
Yes. So
Yeah, you can see that he has 3 of these pieces of toilet paper. You
3
can see,
pieces?
Yeah.
do you remember what toilet paper is for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The Wicked Scrolls.
Yes, and you can see that he also has a couple of really, really rusted weapons. There are like some small, just kind of, normal like travel gear, things like that, and it also does look like he maybe has like a small anvil where he might be able to repair armor or something, but that's about the extent of what he has. Oh, he does have one little crate that he has covered with part of his like tattered black robe.
So it's a one aisle KMART.
Yes.
What's in the crate?
What's in the box?
Okay, now that you've said it the right way. These are just interesting, fun little experiments of mine.
I like to gamble.
Suddenly everyone's gone quiet.
They're meant to explode when you throw them, and sometimes they do.
When they don't explode when you throw them, when do they explode?
Yeah.
Very good.
Let's talk hypodermic needles.
Yeah, you can. He pulls out from beneath the counter just this huge big box of like rusty, bloody
Just
hypodermic
throw it
needles.
there.
Yeah, they're just all
Okay.
like
God,
they're
it's
all.
like a basket of them facing every way.
Yeah.
It's all like you just have to reach your hand in to grab them. Wow. Oh.
I think that on Criminal Minds.
There's a Criminal Minds episode like that too.
Yeah.
Really?
He the dude kidnaps homeless women and makes them crawl through this horrible.
I want to go
He
on
watched
record.
Saw.
I don't think that's
He
okay.
was Saw.
I want to go on record.
What
I disagree with doing that to people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's your.
gonna
That's
get up on
your
my high
line.
horse
Fuck
here.
Kmart. Fuck people who take homeless women and make them go through saw traps.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy 1 hypodermic needle.
Is that all you're getting?
Do you have lard?
I think you should just be like the Lard Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord of Lords.
Lord of
I'm
Lard.
looking for lard in all the wrong places. I want a needle and some lard. Oh, then if you have a boot.
Suddenly the list has grown. The rest of us are kind of getting bored waiting for Sally to get done.
It's a reasonable request. I think all those things are reasonable.
Yeah, he hands you a boot that is filled with like decaying fat. And he goes, that should be about what you're looking for, right?
I'll just put the
Oh
needle
God,
on
where's the
top.
hypodermic needle?
It's in there. Yeah, what do I owe you?
Let's call it 50 silver.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fine, let's call
Sally,
it 6.
Can I remind you that you said you had a coupon?
Oh, damn it, 5.
Okay, my coupon is delivered upon Kurt.
All right.
So, George, he does have toilet paper.
Fantastic. However, I only use bidets. I find that the roughage is actually bad for, I call it like anal retention.
Oh, ew.
I'm very anal retentive. It's a joke. I'm known for pranks. I'm very fun. I am interested. I am interested in shields, good sir. Things to protect the moneymaker.
And you point at the donkey when you say that.
Yes.
You joke somewhere about asses and anal, somewhere in there.
There's something there.
Yeah.
There's something. Can we take a 10-minute break?
Take a-
Figure that joke
Yeah,
out, maybe.
Go to the writer's room.
Why is
Yeah.
everyone looking at me? I don't know.
Very please, can we let them? That sounds like it'd be a good joke.
Yeah, so you mentioned a shield, and he holds up what appears to be maybe like a bunch of driftwood kind of lashed together with some seaweed and stuff. It looks like it would block a hit or two.
That's acceptable.
Lashed together. This sounds huge.
Yeah. It's like a tower shield.
Perfect.
Do you happen to also have any, like, broken bottles in a bag that would function somewhat like caltrops, which I happen to see in the equipment list of the book?
He puts a bunch of those hypodermic needles into a bag.
That will do. That will do, good sir.
Yeah, and so you owe this dude, we're going to call it 30 silver.
I happily hand over 30 silver, and I thank this man for his service, because, you know, the service industry is really the backbone of this country. I mean, people like me, we bring joy to a lot of folks' lives, but really, it's you. It's people like you who keep it moving.
Kurt from KMART.
People like Kurt.
Yeah, so while Bartholomew Bilge is like going up and down the aisle, Blevit, did you have anything you wanted to get?
No, I was actually watching them shop.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, no, I've lost it. No, hold on. I've lost it again.
Okay.
No, a hook.
You have a hook.
I have one at this point.
You need a backup.
But it has happened at a time where the hook
Bucket
left
of
me.
needles comes back out.
I think I'd like to have a backup.
Yeah, so he grabs one of the rusty, disgusting daggers that he has, and he puts it over his knee, and he bends it into a hook-like shape, and he goes, will this do, or...
I believe it might.
You know, and I want you to know, you're paying for the craftsmanship, not the product. So let's call it 10 silver, if that sounds good.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, so I will come with my skull cart full, and I'll set it down, and then...
Am I going to need a fucking calculator right now?
No, I did it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then what I do is I look quickly away into the middle distance and grab my heart, because I forgot I have to make my roll. Because I have a 2% chance of dying every day.
right.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see, guys, am I gonna dead today? Oh my god, what number is that?
It's a 5.
That's a 5? I roll a 5! Oh my 0, 5. So you see me go to my knee and I'm just, what to do? And I just like hit my chest 3 times. And
Delilah climbs down into your mouth, does something weird, and comes back out, and you're perfectly fine.
Oddly, she doesn't have any blood on her.
Yeah, none at all.
okay, not today. Not today. Okay, I'll get up and do like a quick little stretch and like a squat. Say, okay. Sorry, guys. So anyway, Kurt. So got a little thing together. So I'll pull out backpack, just this light leather armor. You know, I need a sword, this knife, this oil lamp, this lantern oil, 5 days worth of dried goods, this fire steel, and these are for the ethereal, the rat. So I toss some coins up in the air and they disappear for you.
I have a 2-part question.
Sure.
So previously, last episode, I had asked if I could take the daggers the goblins dropped.
Yeah.
How many did I get them all?
Yeah.
Does this guy buy stuff? Can we sell him our daggers?
We're going to let Bartholomew Bilge
Okay.
finish his stuff first.
And so, with all that, and then I slapped down, I did some basic math. I've been to a KMART or 2, and based on what I see here, it
This
should
is a
be about
franchise.
120 silver.
Oh. Like, he looks around at his now nearly empty shelves, and he goes...
Half the stuff he didn't even realize he had.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, yeah, let's call it 126.
So I'll say, well, we could call it 110, but and I say, yeah, that's what I'll say. I'll say, well, then, in that case, I guess we could call it 110.
He reaches down and begins picking up one of these pieces of toilet paper, and he looks at you and goes, according to my calculations, it's 120 now.
And I'll do some air math, and I'll say, yeah, I think 120. Here you go.
Okay.
And Delilah's just on my shoulder, kind of sharpening a little knife with a small whetstone.
Fantastic. Yeah, you ask him if he will buy weapons. He now looks at his nearly empty shop, and he goes, yeah, what do you got to sell?
I'll put the 4 goblin daggers on the counter.
4 goblin daggers? He goes, I'll give you 2 silver apiece for these.
Deal.
All right.
And then I'll give everybody 2 silver.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's so
Wow.
kind.
Thank you.
Wow.
Well, with
Weird bit of kindness in this world.
with my newfound wealth, I've realized that we have been missing something. And I will ask Kurt, do you have rope?
Rope?
Rope.
I do have rope. You see that he reaches up and grabs a part of his tent, and he begins ripping rope out of it. The tent starts collapsing on all of you while you're standing in there, and he goes, yeah, I've got this piece of rope if you need it.
And how much?
You know, I'm gonna need a new tent. I've kind of messed up here. Let's call it 6 silver.
How many?
6.
I like how cavalier he is.
It seems like a fair bargain. I'll take it. And as I roll it up, approximately how many feet of rope do I think I have?
It is 30.
Perfect. Very good. Kurt, you have a wonderful shop here, and I love the fact that it is open to the elements.
You're all standing under a collapsed tent right now.
Well, I figured it fell away from us, right? Much like a lotus blossom.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, you tied it at the top.
So we've left him with a couple of things. I'll mention again, George. Are you certain you don't want some toilet paper?
I might actually be interested.
Okay,
He
yeah.
has 3 pieces, if I may remind you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your 3 pieces of toilet paper, good sir?
I certainly can tell you about my 3 pieces of toilet paper. Yes, of course I have some toilet paper. I have them right here. And he pulls out 3 what are very clearly magical scrolls.
Ah,
Toilet paper.
Blevit, again, just sagely nods his head, knowing what toilet paper looks like.
That's them.
It is something I've used the vast majority of my life.
It's good to treat yourself sometimes.
With good effect. I can show you.
I'm gonna take your word for it, Blevit.
I think that's good.
And so he goes, so really it's all, like all this kind of weird writing on here, but each of them, they does have a name. I can give you the name of each of them if you want that.
I would accept that.
All right, yeah. So
Named
they're-
toilet paper. It's quaint.
It's
like
yeah,
art-
it's a,
artisanal.
it's kind of a strange thing, but it
These
happens.
Mike, are these coming out of the Mörk Borg book?
These are coming directly from the brand new Pirate Borg PDF. So buy it at your local game shop. So the first one that he has is called "Reopen the Grave." The second one that he has is called "Eldritch Tentacles," and the third one that he has is called "Thalassomancy."
Thalassomancy. So you have like a rope that you throw around a cow?
Not the lasso.
Oh.
Thalassomancy. This isn't Cowboy Borg or whatever the fuck yet. All right,
Not yet.
we'll get there.
Not yet, it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe because I
Cowborg?
heard it.
Cowboy.
Cowborg.
Maybe it's just because I heard it first, but I like the idea of reopening the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think you should get the hentai scroll.
Alternative to Cowboy is Mörk Boy.
Mörk Boy.
Boy.
Mörk
Nice.
That would be the way they do it. They do it as Cowborgs and Mörk Boys.
Oh, that's
Right?
great.
Okay, I would be so fucking down for a
Hell
weird
yeah.
Western.
So who's GMing the like? I mean, it's essentially Deadlands is what we're talking about, right?
Okay, fine. I'll do Deadlands. I love it. I
Yeah.
love Deadlands. I'll do yes.
Cowboy? Oh, yeah, okay, anyways.
I know we were thinking of doing Feast of Legends, but now I'm like, God,
No, Feast of Legends first.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
Beast
so
Legends is first.
we're getting the grave one. That we
I want to
decided-
get the grave one, mister.
Oh,
How, yeah. Hey, mister. How expensive is your toilet paper? It looks crappy, like you shouldn't charge much for it.
If it looks crappy, maybe you don't take that one. It's possibly been used.
All right, you get one more.
Those used.
so looking at it, you can see that this is almost like a fine vellum. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
Yeah, everything else we do will tell you. But this one, don't waste our
Yeah,
time.
I'm not telling you that one. Yeah, he says, let's call it 50 silver.
I do like the finer things. Sir, you've got yourself a deal.
Fantastic.
Once again, I'd like to thank you for all the hard work you do.
And you're, again, just standing out in the open. You smell the cooking meat. You
And the
definitely see
barf.
the green smoke.
And the green smoke and the barf.
and the vomit everywhere. He hands you this scroll. You read it, and I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis of what it does.
Perfect.
And I would like anybody who's listening to remember that I have replaced spirit with presence because I just prefer presence instead of adding another ability.
And this was Thalassomancy?
I took open the grave, or is it reopen?
Reopen the grave.
There you go.
You get to summon D2 plus presence zombies or skeletons. They are under your control.
And this is something, again, with powers, which is what the scrolls are, you can do every day if you have a power to use each day.
Yes. Now, you do have to make
That's fun.
a presence test.
Mm-hmm.
Presence? No. Yeah, presence test.
presence.
Every single time. And there are arcane catastrophes that can happen if you roll in that one.
Got it. Okay.
Some of them are really bad.
I really want one of those scrolls, but I have no money. So I'm gonna look at him.
And I've just spent all of my money.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "Hey,
You guys can see Blevit in the corner just dropping the coins in his hand because he's bought everything he wanted.
He's standing
I'll
next to
look
like
at
some
mine.
rusty flails. He's like inspecting the rust on a flail.
I'll say, hey, Blevit,
Yes,
I wouldn't mind to have some toilet paper of my own.
it's wonderful stuff.
Yeah, but I am strapped for silver. Any chance you want to give me a loan?
How much do you need?
How much are for those scrolls again? Was it 50 silver?
Oh, yeah,
40
50,
silver.
50 silver seems to work. Yep, 50 silver.
You seem to be willing to pay 50 silver.
That's very much the idea that you got from him.
Thanks, Blevit, I'll make sure.
Bart, there you
I'll
go.
make sure to find some good food for you too. And so, so let me know what the other. Do I get to know what each of them do before I buy?
No.
That's fine. What were the names?
Eldritch Tentacles and Thalassomancy.
It sounds
Yeah.
so cool. What is it?
Well, Thalasso is like deep water.
I want that.
That's cheating. You can't use her.
Sally has knowledge.
It was a TikTok trend about thalassophobia, which is why I know this. And
Dark deep.
Crag Sally was a vlogger.
Yep.
That's
And
true.
If it helps, I was honestly gonna bank on it anyway and
Okay.
take that no matter what.
Everybody, hands away from the hentai. God.
I know, right? I mean, I'll tell you that with the other one, you did get Eldritch Tentacles that you could control. But this is D2 plus presence. Creatures' lungs fill with seawater. They suffocate with for D4 rounds, losing D4 HP each round.
Oh
Wonderful.
my God.
Fill with water.
D4 rounds. D4 damage per round.
Yep.
And there
Oh
is
my god.
You have a spell already like that. George
I
does.
have a Demon of Capillaries.
Oh, yeah.
However, it only applies to one creature. It does suffocate.
And there is a spot on your character sheet for that, Pedro.
Powers and then presence D4 per day. Okay, cool. I'm about to roll that too. So I'll just take this and I'll open it up and I'll read it. My eyes will go wide and just I hear the ocean around me and I say, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, I thought you were casting it right now.
Hey guys, want to try it out?
Right. I'm going to try it out on Kirk just to see if it works.
Want to get our silver back? No, I'm not that mean.
Kurt looks incredibly sad, and yet also like probably wouldn't be the worst thing that's happened.
Look at him and my gun and be like, do you want this? Like, you not if you want it. I'll take my silver back. Thank you so much for that.
All right, fantastic. So, having gathered your materials, I'm assuming the four of you plus all of the rats are hitting the road. What are you guys up to?
I think we should go to Stink Wobble and
Salt stinks.
and then on the way back we can get the meat from the Leviathan.
Right. Now, do I remember from last night? Because that's something I don't do so well. Did we get a cart?
Yeah, you do see that on the edge of town there is like an old rowboat that has some roughly circular pieces of wood like kind of nailed to it. You're not quite sure if they'll actually turn, but it does appear to be roughly cart shaped.
And we have one donkey? Or
We
two?
do have my donkey still.
Just one.
Yes.
So we will have to hook him up to the air quotes go up, the cart.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I think, Sally, that is a brilliant idea.
And
We'll
all
grab it on the way back.
make a presence test, George.
Okay. I am rolling a presence test. I have a -2 modifier. to
Fantastic.
presence, meaning I rolled a 4,
A 4. Okay.
which is very good.
So yeah, you begin hooking the donkey and its 3 legs up to this cart, and yeah, it is a wounded donkey.
My headcanon is that this donkey did something terrible and it's been cursed to want to die, but it just won't be allowed.
Just
Rush
can't
them.
I
die.
like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, it
that.
does look like maybe somebody put a tourniquet on the stump.
Mitch McConnell.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I thought he lost his tail. He lost a leg.
I think
too?
somebody just ripped the leg off my donkey while I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
because
I
I didn't
missed
roll
the
well on my
leg.
presence.
Oh,
Well,
like-
if you mention that in any way, I'm going to look at the rats.
Are they blood soaked?
And I'll look at my. If you look at me and then I see you look at my rats, and I look down, I see, boys, did you eat the donkey donkey's leg.
None of them look to have like a bloated stomach or anything. In fact, they're kind of eating your vomit, so
And
they're
I'm gonna say-
probably
Are there any like ores around here? Like,
any ores.
I was gonna say, or driftwood. I mean, I could
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, well,
Holes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Driftwood, but
Yeah, there's
maybe
all sorts of
down-
maybe
driftwood
like
and stuff,
one
yeah.
of the like banister railings.
Yeah, sure. What are you guys trying to
The
do?
driftwood
Yeah.
up
Shove it
here?
in the donkey's.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember that they've put like little. They put like little driftwood statues kind of all over the place.
Oh, not those.
Right, because they're all covering
Yeah.
statues of Dugan.
We're not going to use their holy relics.
I would think that George was inspired watching your creative use of a crowbar earlier. And if you all would do me this kindness, I'd love to run in back to the shop, spend my last silver on a crowbar if possible, and jam that into the stump of my
Yeah,
donkey.
sturdier. Good
It's
thinking,
sturdy.
Mr.
I think that's
Clooney.
good. That's
It
good.
makes my donkey into
And
a
of course,
moldy
it's got the hooked end, so it would sit solid.
Yeah,
And wouldn't necessarily stick in every single hole going down the.
sure thing. Yeah, you head on back, and yeah,
Plunder
you're
would be
you're
bad.
able to buy a crowbar, doing this horrible thing to
Now,
this donkey who was
is
once
it
your
a
friend.
crowbar, or is it one of the daggers bent to be a crowbar?
It's definitely a couple of the daggers like just banged together to look like a crowbar, kind of.
And how much does Kurt charge me for this lovely implement?
Just an even 8.
Eight sounds
silver.
fair. Once again, I thank him and I reaffirm that he is the backbone of this community.
Of course. You can see that he feels incredibly happy about this. So, with this, the four of you, your three-legged, peg-legged donkey, I suppose,
Yes.
attached to a cart that has mostly circular wheels, you hit the road and head off into this dry brush. And it is not a pleasant day.
Yeah, I anticipated that.
Morning kind of started off shit. So
Well, we've had 5 or 6 hours of the birds loading and rotting.
Yes.
shit does roll downhill. So I mean,
I don't know if the bloody vomit is exclusively humans,
guys.
or if it's every snake, lizard, rat. Thankfully, the blood vomit came after the birds dying, or else.
Not
Yes.
to mention
Yeah.
our phlegmy cough vomit. Our blood phlegm.
Our blood phlegm.
Yes, I believe that's
I believe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we begin our merry trek.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are heading directly towards Salt Stank.
Yeah.
And will the path to Salt Stank take us past the Leviathan?
If we go the same way we came, probably.
Yes,
Splendid.
if you take the longer route and you go out back, out towards the edge of the peninsula, you can cut directly across the peninsula and get to Salt Stank. It would take much longer to go the other way. It's about a day's walk to either the Leviathan or to Salt Stank.
However, I will remind you that there is a sign that points directly to UR.
Oh, yes. The town of UR. No you.
No,
Oh, you.
No, you. Excuse me.
Yes. So, which way are you guys heading? Are you guys heading out back toward the beach where the Leviathan is, or are you
I am
cutting
not
across
a
the
tracker
plains?
or survivalist or any of those things, so I will leave it to my erstwhile friends to figure this out.
Quite frankly, we are already a little bit hard up on food ourselves, and I imagine if we were to acquire this meat, the townsfolk may be so kind as to give some to us.
I mean, there's a lot of it. How about we just swing by? We'll swing by the Leviathan, have us a nice lunch. We can have a little. I mean, the shop's already built there. As long as the birds didn't get to it, we can cook us a meal, have a good time. Yes, we can use the music that we can't technically use.
My only concern would be if somebody set up in the shop.
Yeah, well, we can go check it out. Worst case,
Waters.
maybe they set up shop, and who are we to trample on local business?
We
The
can
point
serve
is,
the
They're the
eviction notice.
backbone of the community.
the backbone of the community. But if they're from the shitty place, then we probably need to deal with them. But
Before
anyway,
we evict them from
yeah,
the shop,
I mean,
we have
we'll
to
have to
serve
evict them.
notice, and then we have
we
to
really
give
don't
them
have
enough
time
time
to
to
deal.
get together.
If memory serves, we actually did the construction work on the Central Park. I believe, ipso facto, we own it.
Correct.
Yeah, so I
Should be
mean,
able to charge rent.
you're right. We charge rent. That's a good idea.
So while the four of you are walking and having this very stupid conversation,
You let us go for a minute, though.
oh yeah, I was gonna let you keep going. You eventually see, kind of off in the distance, it appears to be maybe 50 to 60 feet away, some kind of large white tubular object that is kind of going from one part of the grass, laying across the pathway and leading into like the other part of the grass.
No. Has the seagullipede perished?
Is it technically a bird?
Scrambled
Wait,
eggs.
how
This
tall
would
is
be
it?
the most important question.
I mean, you can only see a part of it, but it appears to be pretty big.
I'd like to pick up a stone and hit it with it.
I'll say that the seagullipedes were not that big. I think this is something else.
Okay, yeah, so you pick up a rock, make a presence test. Let's go ahead and just see how close you get to actually hitting this thing.
Could we have a competition where we all try to hit it with a rock
Yes.
and we see who
Oh,
wins?
definitely.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, everybody picks up a rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delilah stands in front of you and it's like lifts her little paws up and then drops her paws at once for you guys all to throw, and...
I got a 12.
Okay,
2.
okay.
I have rolled a nat 20.
Nice!
I only got a 9. Holy shit.
I'm sorry, Sally.
A
Stealing
9.
your
The
thunder.
question is, did any of the other 3 of us hit it?
So the nat 20 hit the seagullipede and actually like blows through its body and comes out the other side.
Quite
Little
an
did you
arm,
know-
Mr. Clooney.
George Clooney has a hell of an arm.
It's from the golfing.
Masterful shot, George.
Follow through.
All of us.
Yeah,
golf.
Craig
really,
Sally
really.
lobbed it in there and like it bounced off the top. And then the two of you, yours go wide right and wide left, and you hear crack. Oh, what the fuck?
I believe that was yours, Bartholomew.
Fuck, yeah, that was a bad one.
I believe in golf they call that shanking.
All right, sorry. That's my bad. And I'll shout out to them.
Oh, and you know we missed what we should have done. There are 4 of us. We should have yelled out 4.
4.
4.
Yell it
Sorry.
now, yeah.
Sorry.
Yell it now. So yeah.
It's been a little while. Fuck, it's embarrassing.
So are you guys going to continue walking toward this thing, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
It might have meat.
It could have eggs.
I'm interested in who was speaking.
Yeah, I'm like, can I, is there a roll I can make to see if I can try and pinpoint where it came from?
You almost immediately see 4 gentlemen stand up. They look just emaciated. They look starving, and their mouths are just absolutely covered in blood. Each of them is holding just like a piece of bird. Their eyes seem to be bleeding and
You guys
stuff.
had dibs.
Yeah, and they're all
Oh,
holding
it's a bird.
these
It's a bird.
disgusting rusty daggers. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Now, remind me how that happened.
Oh,
No,
he
he
picks it
rolls.
for us.
I just do.
Got it.
Mike rolls a number.
He teases us every time. Roll initiative, and I go for my dice.
You
Yeah,
know,
no.
because it sounds nice.
It does. It does.
It sounds so much nicer than I'm gonna go ahead and
Suffer
roll
thee
initiative.
fools.
Exactly. All right, so you all actually get to go first.
Fuck yeah.
These 4 gentlemen are certainly approaching you with their disgusting rusty daggers in hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with Blevit.
Blevit is finally going to take time to use the old sling.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
It has more of a name than that.
If the
Old
bird
cigarettes.
died, are the
Old
eggs
Sigurd's
fucked up?
sling. So I will
Possible
load it
the
with
eggs
a
aren't fucked, 'cause they're
conveniently
not burnt yet.
hand-sized rock and throw it. And I'm throwing with what agility presence?
Presents.
That is a 10.
Ah.
A 10 is going to whip right by this guy's head.
Unfortunate.
And you can see that he like reaches up and kind of tries to grab it, absolutely misses, like he was trying to look cool, looks to all of his mates to see if they noticed. One of them giggles to himself, and they continue approaching you.
There's infighting. We have an end.
Bartholomew Bilge.
All right, I don't got time for this. And I'll just pull out my gun and just kind of like lay it across the cart, or what? It's a boat, so just like lay it in the oar hook, and I'm just like, all right, help me out, Delilah, and she'll hop on and help me kind of guide, and then I'm gonna aim and wham.
Do the 2 newest rats run down there and like lay one up, one down to create the crosshair?
By the
Are they
That's
ready?
great.
Mentioning the other rats, yes. So Delilah's really good and has really streamlined the process. Unfortunately, we lost the last crew. But so you see the 4 rats come out. Mind you, they do have some scrapes and some bruising, but that's
Brands.
part of the
One's
intake
missing a
process.
tail.
Yes, one's missing part of their tail. But as they run out, Delilah does call them out by name to me so I can learn them. And so there's Bloon, who's a male, Floggin, who's a male rat, Scally, who's a female rat, and Booter, who's a male rat.
Okay.
And so they come out, and, they get on the different ropes and start pulling, and Delilah's just shouting orders, and,
While all this is happening, Bart takes a moment to describe all of this and explain what's actually going on, and tells you all of the names while these gentlemen are running toward you with rusty knives.
Yeah, and then I fire.
I would like to know who is the bad boy of the group.
The bad boy? Well, that would actually be Floggin. You see, he actually came with his own leather jacket, and he was the bad boy of the group, you could tell. And he does have the most bruising and whatnot.
Back of the jacket says Grease lives.
Really, what he's looking for and what Delilah has informed me is he's really just looking for family. And so, really, once you get through the exterior, you will see. So it's going to be a process, but we've given him a good place. So
Fantastic.
it's off the streets.
Days of our rats.
Days of our rats.
This is like a sub show.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to design Days of our rats.
No, go ahead and roll that d20 for me.
Okay, so I needed only a 10, and it's 416.
A 16. Okay. Go ahead and blow this guy's head off.
Yep, that'd be 6.
Describe it. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
absolutely demolish this guy.
So after these guys all get described and everything, I say, oh shit, yeah, and then I just kind of wing over, blam, and just, once again, as you described it, it's great. It's just this huge explosion, grass flying out, and this guy's head just splatters back.
The other three stop for a second, look over at what just happened, and you seem to realize that maybe they think that if they run faster, that won't happen to them. They pick up the pace and continue running toward you.
Nice.
George.
Okay, I will wield Bart's Zweihander, and I'll look to you and say, thank you once again for allowing me to borrow your weapon.
I'll tip my pirate hat to you.
And I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to scream, "We don't want any trouble," as I swing to try to decapitate one of these guys. Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
This is all a misunderstanding.
Wonderful job, George. Subterfuge.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
You have omens.
You know what? I really want to decapitate this guy. I'm going to expend an omen to re-roll.
Okay.
That is a nat 20!
Oh,
That's
shit.
second.
Head goes flying.
Oh, no.
Four.
You can't not kill this guy, I don't think. So,
Hurrah.
go ahead and roll up your damage. Let's see, but... you rolled a nat 20. I'm just give it to you. Yeah, you decapitate this guy.
May I do like a spinning move where I kind of spin and whack him in half, or whack him into pieces multiple times? Like decapitate, de-shoulder tape, de-belly button tape,
Shoulder Tate.
de-legitate.
Absolutely.
My mind went to like Palpatine when he
Delegatate is
first
amputation.
initiated the attack. He just kind of spins with the lightsaber. That's what I'm at. You just spin out there, yeah.
I do exactly that.
Okay.
I love that. Just, okay, cool.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. This person becomes meat.
Sashimi.
Yeah. We're going to go over to Craig Sally.
I wanna-
Actually, masterful shot, George. That was Academy Award winning, I'm sure.
Someday.
I think I heard clapping in the woods.
Possibly the one who went down.
I want to duck into the grass and flank him. All right.
Disappear into the grass.
Guess that's like super funny.
He
or
just like
something.
walks down the fake stairs.
I'm not getting what the
I
humor
want
is.
you to make an agility test, please.
Okay. God damn.
That's what they're laughing at.
That's what we're laughing at.
How's a 3 do me?
Yeah. So, you guys all see Craig Sally turns 90 degrees and like goes to do the fake like going down the stairs thing into the grass. She does trip and yell as she hits the ground. You can stand back up and just attack if you want to.
No, I'm gonna stick with this.
Okay, you're just gonna be embarrassed on the ground.
Well, I'm trying to use my assassin's death blow poorly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to sneak again next time.
Fantastic. So these two guys are they watched one person fall down. They watched one of their mates get decapitated, the other one get blown to bits, and one of the people fall down. One of them is going to jump on you and try to stab you. Go ahead and make your defense check, which is agility.
Okay.
A nat 20, you get a free attack on this guy.
Okay, so I'm not sneaking, but I will attack. So with my knives.
Is it officially a sneak attack or a surprise attack? Because I'm sure he's surprised he missed and you got to attack.
If they're unaware, then this guy's gonna be.
He's fully aware that
Yeah.
she's there.
So I have a DR 10 to hit, and I got a 14.
Okay.
And because I'm successful, I automatically stab him 2 times.
Okay.
And I do 4 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay, this guy is not dead.
All right.
Fantastic. So you stab this guy a couple of times. He is standing over you. The other one looks over at Bartholomew Bilge, who is still holding his smoking musket.
And it's covered in rats.
Is covered in like little rats swinging around. Looks over at George Clooney holding this bloody Zweihander and shakes his head and looks right at you, Blevit, and goes, "You. I have a problem with you."
Wonderful. Good choice. Put on the man who has a rubber band.
Like your friend.
He runs at you and he's going to try to stab you right in the throat. So go ahead and roll your defense.
All right. So again,
Let's chat about it.
agility
Yep.
roll. So I have +4 to the rolls. So DR 14. Then it says defense is DR +2. Does that mean I need to roll a 16?
I think it's agility.
Other way.
Agility tests minus defense are 4. Your defense is +2.
Okay.
So I think it's 16, if I'm hearing you correctly.
No, that would be a 12. So go to 14, and then the defense, because of my armor, goes to, right? Does
Goes
defense
up.
get better or worse with armor?
As you're wearing armor, you're more likely to get hit.
All right, so
But
nope,
then
it
you
goes to
soak it.
16. I have. Oh wait. Agility's +1. I have a 17.
Nice!
I'm digging it.
Fantastic. This person like lunges and tries to stab you. You quickly just step out of the way, and you do not let him get to you. He is now essentially
I like
at
the
your
thought of
feet.
using the sling to actually turn the blade away.
That's
Because
great.
it hasn't been useful for anything else.
I think you killed a goblin.
With a sling? No.
No.
Not yet. No, the sling, this named ancient, in the hallows of history, people know the name of this sling. However, it has not worked.
Okay. Yeah, so you bat away this rusty blade with your rubber band, and this guy is essentially facing away from you on the ground right now, and it's your turn.
Wonderful. I will hookhand him. Or not. Let's see. Is the attack with strength?
It is.
So that is a 10. And I think it's a 12 to hit.
It is a 12 to hit.
So no, he falls down, but he's rolled far enough.
Yes. You swing at him, you catch his clothing, and you can see that you have like fully ripped off his shirt. His muscles gleam in the fog light.
Picturing Danny Trejo.
Yes, it's Danny Trejo.
Well, then I should have used the machete.
Yeah.
Over there, Mike.
What's that?
You're hooking it up.
Oh yeah, of course. Always. Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Always Danny Trejo.
Yeah, shirtless and covered in blood that he's rubbing on his
Danny
chest.
Trejo would fit perfectly into this world.
He would.
would.
Yeah.
Everybody
I mean-
just looks like Danny Trejo.
And that brings us to Bart.
All right. Well, so I gotta reload this round, unfortunately. So I'll start reloading. I'll be teaching the newbies to help. So I'll kick it up.
Do you accidentally get one in there?
I don't get one. Does get in there. Bloom. He's a little on the chunkier side. So.
Oh, wait, let me see your drawings.
Oh yeah.
All right,
So-
then that's going to go over to you, George Clooney.
I'm going to yell, surely we can talk this out, as I bring the Zweihander down on this helpless individual.
I'm
You
picturing
might
like
be
the
able to. Don't call me
perfect,
Shirley.
I'm picturing like a golf pose, you know, like.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be perfect George
sure.
Clooney.
That is a 17 on the die.
Hey.
No matter how you slice it, I'm about to slice this guy.
Awesome, do it to it.
All right, that's a D10 because I have this wonderful weapon. And that's a 7.
Damn it, stop killing my guys.
Really good.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just give us a quick description of that.
Just a quick chop, quick face chop.
All right.
I gotta be collecting my
Face
face.
You just quickly chop his face off.
Just
It-
quickly, like as you do.
It
Yeah.
flies into the air, and Craig Sally, there is one guy he's mostly dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stab that guy
Your
again.
knives are still in him.
Oh, okay. I pull out my. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
You do the damage by pulling them out.
Do I need to like take a round to pull them out again?
No,
Oh,
no,
I-
I'm just talking.
Okay.
Jimmy, I'm in there.
Yeah. Oh
kick
yeah. I'm
him,
just gonna
punch
like
him in.
crank him up. That's what I'm gonna try to
Ooh.
do. And I got a 12,
Ah.
which is a D10 to hit. So guess what? Now that I succeeded, I get to.
Yes.
What does 4 damage do me?
Fantastic. He had 2 hit points left.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead, just
just-
give us an epic description.
So it's kind of like when you unzip something,
Oh.
and all his innards just.
All of his innards appear to be like black and like this almost like a puce color. It's disgusting. It pours out all over the ground.
I am a winter, so this is perfect.
Did you ever put on the other boot?
I did, and my foot's all greasy.
So it's all over both feet. Both boots are now.
Both boots. I got my grease. I'm my syringes back in. I'm living
What
large.
else do you really need?
I
in
was
this?
talking about the gut spilling.
Oh, yeah. No.
Both boots are now evenly covered,
Yeah.
including your foot
It's
for
like a
one of them.
stain.
Fantastic. So the 4 of you are standing there with all of these dead people around you.
Is your dude still kicking?
Oh no, I
You
sliced
got
his
him.
face off.
Sliced his
Okay.
face
I
off.
took his
Yeah.
face off.
I certainly did.
Is that a joke about the movie
Was
Face
George-
Off?
That's
Yeah.
the line delivery
Okay.
in that
My
film. I was
problem
not
is
in that movie.
I need to bite things.
It's weird that you don't just do that.
Yeah, but you're not a cannibal. But you want to.
I'm feeling it.
Not feeling it.
Sorry. It's the wrong day.
You know, you need to find your motivation, and I think you can talk
do.
to
I'm
George
gonna need
Clooney
to
about
talk
that.
to George.
Yeah.
Does Danny Trejo have like a sick fringe leather vest?
A lot of times.
In this world, yeah, of course,
Can
yeah.
I snag it?
Yeah.
and put it on my
Sure.
armor?
It counts as no armor, but yeah,
that's
sure,
fine.
yeah.
It's flavor.
I feel so bad. I missed that we killed Danny Trejo. I thought he was somewhere else in the world.
It just looks like
Oh,
him.
he
It's
just
not him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll run
He's
over.
fine.
I'll pick his face up, put it on, and be like, "It's okay, Bart. I'm fine."
Oh, okay, Mr. Trejo. I was really worried. Wait a minute. George!
Da 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 da. That's our George.
So while playing with these dead bodies,
Just like splashing the blood.
Meat for the villagers.
Yeah, actually,
that was actually something I was gonna
speaking
mention.
of, 2 deep-fried rats fall out onto the ground directly in front of some of your little rat friends, and you can see the sad look on their faces.
Myself and every rat on me takes their hat off and puts it over their heart for the fallen brethren and say, "You know what they would want." And then all of them disembark me and start eating them.
Something to consider for all of you, actually. How did they get them deep fried? There's oil around you.
And then all of them will stop with their little forks and knives.
Gentlemen, please, and ladies, please continue. I
they'll all
figured
go.
we should look, and if you remember, we have a completely cleaned and gutted seagullipede to look at.
Yeah, we
Birds are bad though. These
I
guys,
fear that the
It's
birds
not a
are
bird. It
contaminated.
didn't fall out of the sky, and it obviously was not dead.
well, this guy's
Well-
insides are all black and weird.
well wait. There's one easy way to do this. And
Oh,
I'll
Jesus.
find one of their like knives and pick it up, and I'm just gonna I'm just trying to hit the thing to make it bleed. I want to see if it bleeds.
It's
then.
already bleeding. He threw a rock.
Oh,
through
you
it.
threw a rock.
I
That's
got
right.
it.
That's
Yeah.
right. So is it oozing green and that terrible?
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
looks disgusting.
I'll say,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, let's go.
We'll
Don't
proceed.
breathe it in.
All right, what are you guys doing with these bodies? You guys just leaving them here? Or?
Put it on the car.
Yeah, put it
Yeah.
in the car.
I guess we're gonna come back this way, but
Oh,
something
we could
else will
just-
eat them. Do you think they would? Do you think the people in the town like eating people, or it's just like a necessity?
I do
say
feel
that
like-
you ginsued that one gentleman. I believe you
Yes.
should do that with the others, and then we can just tell them,
They're
this
not
my
Tell them
speed.
it's just meat.
I'm not gonna say no.
Well, we could use these to bribe the snot wobbles too.
Maybe they like people too.
If we make it look like other meat, they won't know.
We could actually cover it with the seagullipede if we went and looked at it.
But wait, let's just do this. And like go take my new sword out and hack off one of their heads and say, we don't really need this. Like
I need part of that.
Oh, you're right, and I'll slash off
Fillet.
the face. Yeah, fillet the face off for you and say,
I
look,
appreciate it.
we could toss this in the woods. Like, yes, it's meat, I understand, but we chop up these bits, they won't know it's human. We chop it up.
Okay, so chopping montage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I just got a sword and a knife, so I'll pass them out. You have the Zweihander. You have your knives.
So yeah, we go through just a fantastic montage of the three of you just like violently chopping up these dead people, and Blevit kind of standing off, like looking disapprovingly off in the corner.
I'm trying to give like guidance as well, since I'm a survivalist. So I'm like, no, you're gonna want to kind of cut a little up, pull on the skin, pull it up,
Don't nick the gallbladder. Don't nick the. You won't be able to eat the. Well,
I will give Blevit a femur to chomp on if you'd like.
Oh.
Why would you think that this would be something I'd want?
Well, when hamsters don't have something that's hard to chew on, their teeth can grow up into their face and kill them, and I'm concerned about the length of your teeth, so I thought maybe if you were to grind them down on this
I
bone,
have
then...
this, and I pull out an emery board. I'm good. Don't waste the meat for the townsfolk. And I'm going to walk over to the Scullipede.
Okay. I love how erudite Blevit is.
It's good. It's good stuff.
When you don't have a bunch of reading in your brain, to
Yeah.
mess up
It's
the
true,
innate,
absolutely.
the innate knowledge that we all
Filled with
have.
useless
It's
things.
just
Yeah.
pure human soul over there. Unblemished.
Fantastic. So while this chopping montage is going on, Blevit, you make your way over to this Seagulipede, and you see that just like straight up bites have been taken out of it. Almost as if these guys did not bother using their disgusting, like, diseased knives and just started biting into it.
So do I think that it was dead before George hit it? If there are bites out of
Yeah.
it,
It's a bird. Yes, you would
But-
think that.
It
does appear to be in a light impact
impact
crater.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I
Impact
will
crater.
endeavor to figure out which end had the possibility of and look for the eggs.
That's true. I have the drawing. There's eggs.
Yeah.
I have it's cradling
But it may not be an egg sack. They may be
And
nesters.
remember, they're
I
very
love
long.
the idea that it has an egg sack.
They're very long eggs
Oh,
too.
that's very disturbing.
Are you gonna
Well,
cut?
running back in the chain, like
Yeah.
kind of like.
Are you gonna cut this thing open, Blevit?
I thought that the rock completely sheared it open and filleted it, but no, if not, yes.
No, it
I
like
will
blew
cut it.
through one side and out
Gotcha,
the
okay.
other.
Then yes, I will cut what I think is the acid.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Right, that's what I think.
And the side that doesn't have the beak on it is probably the one.
Again, still not certain.
Yeah,
You don't know Seagulipede anatomy.
that's true.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
I am. Yeah.
It ranges wildly between them two.
You cut this thing open, and you do find a weird egg sac. All of the eggs appear to be black and already rotten on the inside of it, as this disgusting, like, bright lime green, yellowish viscera pours out of it.
Out of the sack, so the sack is not intact.
No, out of the bird. The sac is intact.
So I will pick the entire sack up and bring it back to the cart.
How big is the egg?
How big is an egg?
Like a chicken egg?
Oh,
Remember,
much
it's
bigger
an
than that.
elongated chicken.
Yeah, they're like elongated.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
they're like a
imagined
foot
about-
long each.
Yeah,
foot and a half.
something
Yeah,
So it's a fairly heavy sack.
yeah.
All right. And the sack is contained.
Right, the sack
How
is
many
still
times we're
intact. So
saying
when
that?
you guys are
Correct.
chopping up people, I'm putting
The
more meat
sack
in
is
The sack is
self-enclosed.
intact, yeah.
Okay. I
So
want an
into the
egg.
cart.
I would like an
the sack.
egg.
Is anyone keeping track of what's in the cart?
Yeah, you guys really should.
Danny
Should
Trejo,
put down a Seagulipede egg
3
sack.
other guys.
So,
I don't mind keeping track. I mean, the cart's attached to my donkey. I'll
Right.
take care of it. I'll make a cart heading here. We have 4 bodies, is that correct? 4 bodies
worth of meat.
4
Four
bodies.
bodies of meat,
of
no
meat,
head.
no heads.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
No heads. And then Seagulipede egg sack.
Yep. And for useful purposes, I will go to the other end. Is the beak intact?
Yeah, the beak is intact.
Chunk. That will be joining it.
Okay.
He's gonna put
And
that in
a
his
beak.
stump.
Can you use those faces? Can you use bird faces?
Bird face? I
Not
don't know.
No, it's a new
Not
kind of
anymore.
roll.
Very
I know, it's
interesting.
experimental.
Maybe feathers over the full body.
Maybe something to consider for future.
These
Maybe.
guys
Yeah.
got any loot?
Oh, yeah, you
the
start digging
corpses.
through their pockets.
Well, yeah, as we're chopping them up, I guess we would.
Yeah. Yeah,
Take
sure.
out the pants before you cut them, and you're like, oh, wait.
Absolutely, yeah. Craig Sally, go ahead and roll a d6.
I love that Craig Sally's the one that's always looting the bodies.
Yeah.
If we want to make sure the people that recognize that
52?
these are humans, we may need to deal with someone about these dongs.
You find a
Or people will know
small...
they're human dongs.
That's true. We should throw the dongs away.
Throw the
Pause
dongs
the
away.
dong talk.
Sorry.
Should we all roll to see who can throw the dongs? There's 4 of them.
There are 4 of them.
There's 4.
I think
Alright.
we should probably have a quick
Like a,
dong.
what is it called?
Javelin
Javelin?
throw?
Yeah.
Okay, you
wait.
guys...
Yeah, what's the is would it be better to javelin throw or to like get jimbly with it and just like kind of frisbee it? You could
Oh,
frisbee
maybe
it
like a
golf.
shot
Jimbly
put?
with
Oh,
it.
Has
Yeah.
anyone actually thrown a hot dog?
No.
No, I
actually,
can't
They're
say
not
it.
that stiff, right?
Well,
They-
we don't know what's going on here. Rigor
You
mortis.
don't know how long rigor mortis kicked in.
Yeah.
That's true.
Adrenaline also. Okay, anyways.
Is it called a priapism?
That's when it's been there for 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Or more.
Fight
Why are you
boner?
looking at me? I don't know why that is. It just is.
Okay, Barry, we don't gotta talk about it.
Okay, yeah, so digging around in the pocket, Craig Sally, you do find a small, like, bottle. And it does appear to have, like, a little bit of a label on it.
Ooh.
So this is kind of interesting. I did not know that this kind of thing would be in here. It says test toughness, DR12. You know what? It's a small bottle
Okay.
that says potion on it.
Potion.
Yeah, it
Like
says
that.
potion.
It looks like there might have been other words, but the label got torn off.
Yeah, the label was torn
It looks
off.
quaffable though.
Look at that
yeah.
tiny piece of toilet paper on that bottle. Funny.
Is anybody else digging around in anybody's pockets?
Yeah, I'll dig around pockets.
Might as well dig in pockets.
Was it D66?
Yes.
Blevit? Are you digging?
I have
23.
successfully dug within the Sequoia pockets and
Yes.
brought the egg sack. I have done my job.
What'd you get, Bart?
23.
A 23. You reaching into this guy's pocket. You pull out like this small writhing bag. You get very excited and think there's probably more rats. Like they were going to eat more of these.
Yeah.
You open it and just a swarm of venomous moths come flying out and start biting you. You need to make you need to make a toughness test. And this is DR6 or die.
Whoa! Shit! I do what I want.
Okay, so not this again, not again. Every time. Then I'll throw the bag away.
Or die? Jeez.
That's DR6.
DR6 or die.
That's so
Are
funny.
you sure you want a rifle, Mr. Clooney?
I do want to get into
Yep,
these
what'd you
pockets. A 22.
A 20. You find a necklace made of human teeth.
I make jewelry from teeth of the dead. This is perfect.
You knew that this motherfucker was cutting in on your business.
Yes.
This was one of your rivals.
Yep, he's always got the table like 3 tables down at the craft fair. I'm like, mine are better.
Yours are much better.
The
Look
North
at these. Your
Country.
quality
Yeah.
is much better.
They're not always even human teeth.
Yeah.
Slang.
The Galgenbeckian Craft Fair. Cool. Okay. You guys continue along
Yes.
your journey, making your way, traveling this entire day. The weather is like it's just hammering rain most of the time.
It'll keep the meat wash.
Yes, it's keeping the
Rinsing
meat
off all the gore.
very moist. You guys are nice and wet the entire day. You can barely see in front of you, but eventually you do, as it begins to somehow get even darker, you know that night is beginning to fall as you reach this sign again. You can hear the waves, you can smell that disgusting salty scent of rotting fish, and you also hear some people arguing, some really strange like and then also what sounds like somebody slapping a waterbed over and over again. You hear these things coming from the darkness off on the beach.
They moved into our house.
Yeah, that. I don't like those sounds though.
We gotta be smart about this. I'll sneak up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Something to be concerned about. If you remember last time, one of the people from Salt Stank was skewering, I believe was what we figured out.
Penetrating.
This might be the same. I mean, the sound is similar.
It's true. It's true. And I
It
do
could
have
be more salt-stained people.
It
just
could.
out
It
here.
absolutely could.
the fish humpers.
It absolutely could also be squatters.
Oh, I forgot about the fish. Oh, that's the slapping.
I don't think my delicate sensibilities can handle watching that.
We should have just carved our names into this thing.
But
Didn't even think
Instead of
about
putting the silly Central Park name up there,
Yeah.
It's true. You
Silly.
did not call dibs.
the
Silly?
thing is, though,
well, just that we put it up there instead of our names.
That was love and effort. Blevit.
Very, very good. I'm most ashamed that I brought that up, Sally. I rescind my previous comment.
like, I don't know, but I feel like a bunch of people who have sex with fish probably aren't going to care much about names carved into store.
Without property, society falls apart. The rules of ownership have to be maintained.
I agree as well. But again, Sally's correct. We didn't actually carve our names.
Valid.
However, we could quickly get up there and do it, assuming they have not carved theirs.
It's true. We could just say it's been there.
Perhaps you could use. Haven't you acquired some new stealthy skills?
Yes.
Also,
Absolutely.
there is the rule, and I believe it is a rule. Yes, no, it's a rule. Hold on. No, yes, it's a rule. Ownership, right? Ownership is 90% of the deal.
Yeah.
Finders, keepers,
Those who
losers,
find
leavers.
keepers.
Finders keepers. It's like one of the top pirate codes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like everybody to go ahead and make a presence test while you're standing here debating this in these small shitty dunes.
How's a 12 do me?
Nice.
So 13 do better?
13 and 3.
10.
Okay, so George Clooney and Blevit, you guys get really, really into this conversation, and you actually kind of begin, like, yelling about this back and forth. Yeah.
Finders, keepers! Finders, keepers!
Craig, Sally, and Bartholomew Bilge, you have noticed that you are not alone.
Oh, shit.
There appears to be 3 other people not 10 feet away from you watching this same thing happen here in the dunes.
Look at them. How many are there?
There are 3.
I was thinking really hard about, like, the situation, so I wasn't listening super good. but
Oh,
that's-
okay, that's
that
fine.
too.
There are 3 of them.
Are you fish humpers?
They are absolutely not looking at you.
Are you fish humpers?
Yeah, you 3.
I believe George and I will stop our discussion.
Oh yeah, we made a winner.
Is this important? Do you or do you not have sex with fish?
So, like this, she's oddly very, very clean and kind of put together. You can tell that, like, recently she's used a straightening iron, things like that. Like, her hair is immaculate.
Iron
She
with
looks
flat
over.
irons.
Yeah, she looks over to you and she goes, no, we don't have sex with fish. No. What an odd question. Do you?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. This is a weird way to start a conversation.
I be Craig Sally. How do you do, Governor? I'm gonna call back to my description of fancy when stressed.
Fancy when stressed.
High time to tea with us.
I'd take a fistful of beetles, crunch them, and say, "Yeah, come on. We got some food."
Livery and fine
Wait a minute. You're offering tea and we have none. No,
meat
don't have
by the cart full of delicious
We do.
snackeries
We do.
and delicacies for the fine.
Actually, gentlemen,
3.
officially, tea is dunking something in water. We could do that with the egg sacs. We could have egg sac tea.
Egg
could have
tea,
exactly.
ma'am, madam.
She looks at you and goes, no, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Fare thee well.
Do you want to kill us? We should get this out of the way soon.
I have no interest in killing you. I mean, you only appear to have one head. Are you demons or?
We be not demons, fair maiden.
No. I like your style, lady.
And on to you.
Yeah, that sound. The Bartholomew. Your name was.
Yeah. So my name is Rike, and these are some of my friends.
'Tis the monkey from Lion King, ma'am. The staffed
that Rafiki?
staffed ape.
The staff.
And these are my friends, Gert. She points to another woman. Gert is a very powerful looking person. She is quite round and also quite muscly, and she appears to be giggling and nearly half asleep at the moment. This is my friend Steen. He is just a red-haired gentleman who...
Just a guy.
He's just a fucking He's just a guy.
Got like a flannel on, band shirt.
He's wearing a backpack that he appears to be holding very, very tightly, and you can see that it's incredibly rigid.
Okay, rigid backpack by Steen.
Yes.
What are you guys doing out here?
Well, we heard about, or we rather smelled, the food out here, and we figured that we would come out and get some.
My party mates and us have coffee building.
It's my party mates and I, dear.
The party eyes and the mates. We having liveries and fanciful small foods.
Sally's trying to say we have a place close that has food.
Central Perk.
To be quite clear, it is food.
Yeah, it's kind of a combo, kind of
Edible.
business.
Oh, I see. Are you talking about the big dead thing over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
you
got
see,
ourselves food.
that's
the building
why. That's why we're here.
Well, that's so cool because, like, we actually found it, and we could probably share some of it, but...
That's interesting because we were definitely here first, but there is something happening down there.
The slapping, right? The slapping
Yeah,
sound.
you know,
The
tell you
wet
what,
smacking.
you guys just go ahead and you can have it. We'll just wait here. You can see that they're peeking over the ridge, and then they kind of like look back at you.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'd like to peek over the ridge myself.
Peeking over the ridge, you can see that there are some of those like disgusting huge seals that you were fighting earlier.
Melon-Heads.
Some of them are chewing on the leviathan. 2 of them are fighting a giant crab. And who rolled the higher presence? It was a 13. You notice something moving by the leviathan's mouth, like maybe within its lips or something like that.
Yeah, that doesn't look very safe down there.
There'd be plenty of room for all to live in the Central Perk building.
Oh well, we actually have houses. We don't want to live in a big dead fish.
Are you
Fuck me, I
from,
guess.
Are you from the Salt Stank?
Yes, we are Salt Stakian. Yeah.
Are you the friends of the sweaty woman?
Eliza is our leader. Yes, she's the one who sent us
Is she
here.
truly as sweaty as tales tell?
She glistens. Yes,
Sweaty woman.
she's gleaming.
Oh, have you ever met? Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. So we are.
You can see this crab reaches over and just snips off one of the seal's heads.
I-
One of the other seals uses like this weird psionic blast to bust a hole in the crab.
That's the world's going to shit.
I want to like put my hands like this and look closer at the mouth of Leviathan.
Wind your fingers around to make
Yeah.
spyglasses.
I'd like to zoom in. Enhance.
Okay. You very 90s hit enter and say enhance.
I'll roll again if you need to.
No, it's perfectly fine. Now that you're actually paying attention to that and trying to show off for these people. Yeah, what you see in the lips is it almost looks like a little worm thing, maybe about 3 feet tall, appears to be peeking out of the lips of this fish. It does appear to be holding a spear and wearing some clothing.
It's a very dignified worm fellow in the mouth of the Central Perk.
You begin to get the feeling that perhaps somebody already lives here.
A squatter.
Remember how the place was squiggling at one point?
I do.
I do recall the squiggling.
Yeah. Maybe he's a squiggler.
We'll bleed him like a pig.
Sounds great. I'd like to address this lovely looking lady.
Okay.
And I'll say, just out of the blue, I was just thinking about how much I really hate those Brine Skull people, right, y'all?
Disgusting.
Yeah,
They suck, right? You also hate them?
Specifically, I'll say, yeah, they're all awful. They're terrible.
Smelling of fish and heads of many.
Yeah, you know, they have been doing these really evil things, like taking away all of the fish. And Eliza has said that they're the ones who caused all the birds to die not that long ago.
I'll spit on the
I'm
ground.
certain that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Is that why you're all looking so rattled? Did you just come from that direction? They're all like 13-foot demons.
Yeah,
They
all,
were-
all fucking fish.
yeah.
they
Oh, we heard that they have.
were fucking fish.
We heard that they have sex with squid.
and those
It was-
Yeah.
those have also the
to be more
fornication.
accurate.
Wow.
Squids is fish, maybe
Okay.
Squids is fish.
You know, I never thought of it that way. I guess squids is fish.
in the water.
Yeah.
Life in the sea.
Yeah, lots of
In a way, aren't we all fish?
no.
No, not us.
No, I'm the people, ma'am. There's people's, all of us.
I'm usually a people.
Typically people's, but sometimes others.
Yeah, so this is fantastic. So,
I think we're really getting along great.
Yeah,
Are-
we're killing this.
This is really.
so you guys are going to go ahead and take care of this for us, or...
Those melon heads are pretty gnarly.
See, yeah, that's where there's kind of a problem. See, we've dealt with those things before, and as you can see, that one just blasted that thing with its mind.
And then there's the squatter, though. I wouldn't mind cracking into that guy.
There's 4 of us, and 3 of you. I forget.
Yeah, there's the
Three of
big
you.
one and
That's
the
like
sleepy
10
one.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a lot of people. Now,
7 to 10 folk.
if we combine our efforts,
Verisimilituding into the eerie night, we shall abreast of the situation financially and fiscally and responsibly.
forsooth.
Charcuterie.
Goji berry.
So she looks back over there. She sees the crab get blasted entirely to bits by one of the seals, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm willing to do that." She pulls out this huge, like rusty machete, and she goes, "Shall we?"
She got that on Jenny Trejo. We shall so much versuth, ma'am.
This person's Steen. You see that he grips his backpack and goes, "No, thank you. Fuck this!" And he runs away, running back toward Salt Stank.
What a chicken shit.
Really quickly, Rike,
Yeah.
how do you deal with cowards in your town?
With cowards?
Yes.
We usually let them be cowardly.
Okay.
We kind of had
Right.
this whole thing of like compassion and being empathic.
It's a different
and-
way of things here. Very good. Bartholomew, don't shoot him.
Yeah, I'll lift the gun back up. What was in the backpack?
You know,
In the rigid backpack.
we've never been able to figure it out. He always opens it and talks to it and kisses something in there, but we're not quite sure what it is.
Maybe it's his girlfriend.
I'll lean close to Bartholomew's ear. It could be a rat.
I was thinking the same.
Kissing. Ugh.
And then I guess I'm thinking about it. But I'll look at Mr. Clooney and say, are we working with these guys?
I think they seem all right, and quite frankly, there's less of them than us, so they do the hard work. I probably shouldn't block the mic with my hand as I'm doing space work for nobody.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll uncock the hammer and then put my gun.
Good thing. It's a good thing that the 4 of us all have missile weapons. The 2 of you, when you're ready, we will soften them up. On 3,
Yeah. Do you want to count us off there, teeth guy?
I certainly will. Give me a moment. I need a rock. I pull out my sling, load it, and I'll start it whirling.
I'll load up my gun onto the side of the cart and get lined up.
I look at George.
Fantastic.
The missile weapon that you have.
I start swinging the sly hand around, getting ready to throw it.
And Miss Sally.
I'll pull out a dagger.
Is that
All
like
right.
a goblin dagger?
So 3, 2, 1, fire!
Ah,
Everybody, go ahead and make your attacks.
Dagger.
I'm actually not going to throw the sword. I'm going to act as if I was.
Okay. What'd you get, Craig Sally?
Oh, I got a 10.
A 10? Okay, fantastic. And Blevit, you shaking your head?
Well, that's a 4 for that rock.
Fantastic.
Y'all need to get 18 and
All right.
need a 10.
Great. What were you shooting at?
One of the walruses.
Okay, yeah, so there are 2 seals left. The crab is
Seals.
or the crab is mostly pieces of crab now that appear to be wiggling.
That's just good eats.
Yeah, so you definitely shoot one of these things. It is very gross. You can see that as your musket ball enters this thing, it jiggles and a lot of its pustules begin to pop, just coating the sand around it. How much damage did you do?
8.
Okay. You can see that the blubber has taken a little bit of that damage, and that is perfectly fine. It is still alive, although not by very much. But you have drawn the attention of these things, and you now see that the 3 or the other 2 from Salt Stank were running away.
Fuck those guys. But also, I got a 10, which means I hit. Which means that because I hit, I automatically do.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Sure, why not?
Well, it's on my page. It's on my page, Mike.
Yeah,
Discuss it. I'm open to discussion.
That's fine. You're gonna die quickly, so it's fine.
I got 4.
You did 4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And it is reduced by 2
And now
by the blubber.
Now my daggers are in a fucking melon-head walrus.
Don't worry, it's coming this way.
That's right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Every time.
I get to do it now. Yay! And I get to go first. Isn't that fun? So these two, these two disgusting, like, just bloated pumpkin-headed seal things begin approaching you. They're like kind of jiggling all the way up. As that happens, you definitely see one of these little like worm guys poke out of the mouth of the leviathan and go, "Hey, fuck off, buddy!" And it throws a spear, but it absolutely misses, and these seals continue to come towards you. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4.
Hello.
Hey there, George Clooney. You see that as this first one begins to approach you, its head begins to glow ever so slightly. It has a dead bird in its mouth, and it
Those
is
aren't good for you.
it is currently vomiting through the bird, but its head begins glowing, and it is going to go ahead and do a psionic blast from this disgusting brain. I need you to to test your presence.
Test my presence.
Press your peasants.
Press your presence.
15.
A 15 is going to do it. You feel this psionic energy just rock your body, but it does not paralyze you. This second one actually blubbers all the way up to you, and Bartholomew builds. Looked at the die that I rolled.
Yeah.
This thing is going to go ahead and try to bite you. So, go ahead and make your defense roll.
A 2.
A 2.
But good thing I just got some armor.
Fantastic.
Not very much.
You get bit for 4.
Okay, so it's a D2, so I'm
You-
gonna take some damage anyway. Hey, shaved off 2 though.
Nice, fantastic. So you take 2 damage.
Damage.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Ugh.
All right.
It's a quarter of my health.
All right, let's see. We started with Blevit last time, so let's go ahead and we'll start with Craig Salad.
Disgusting.
I want to kick the one with the bird. I want to take the bird into its stomach.
Fantastic.
My daggers are missed.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and kick this thing?
Yeah, I'm
Go for
kicking
it. Make your strength test.
Hey.
Yeah, I got a 14.
A 14? Yeah, you definitely kick this thing. Give me D2 damage, please.
My goal is to 2.
Fantastic.
Oh, D2, 1.
Okay. You do 1 damage to that thing. Fantastic. And that's going to go over to George Clooney.
Hello, I'm George Clooney. I say that in the game.
to the seal.
Yeah. Which one of these seals has been blasted? Is it one of these ones that have approached us?
Yeah. These 2 are the only ones that are here. You can see that there are some more in the water.
The one I'm kicking or the one that is biting Bartholomew?
Which one are you going for?
I believe that Big Bart, the badass, did shoot one with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one that bit him.
I shall slash at it.
Okay.
I yell, "Hello, I'm George Clooney!" and I attack this seal.
Unleash on it.
That is a strength.
Yeah.
A 12.
Ooh.
A
that good
12, it is. Yeah, go for it.
Yay! Oh, hurrah!
Hurrah.
That's a 10, baby.
You did 10 damage to this thing. Give us a good description.
It's kind of latched on to Bart.
Yes, it is biting him right now.
And I'm gonna do a head off, and then I'm going to gently sort of pry its teeth off of Bart, and then I'll kick its head with like a soccer ball.
Fantastic.
Bless you, Mr. Clooney.
That brings
It's
us,
always a pleasure to work with you, Bart.
Same to you.
and that brings us to Bart.
Okay, so now that one's dead. There's another one around?
There's one more.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and very dramatically drop my gun and use my 2-weapon fighting for the first time.
Okay.
So I want to stand up, jump, all the rats in the air because, they're all holding on.
Super anime. Yeah.
Jump, wield out the swords, and then just basically stab down.
Fantastic.
So I have the 2-weapon feat, so I don't take the penalty for wielding 2 weapons. So remind me, because I couldn't find it in Mörk Borg, for 2-weapon fighting, am I just making 1 attack and damaging with both items?
No, you're going to make 2 attacks.
2 attacks, okay, excellent. And so then 12 for each. So that's the first one's a fail, and then the second one's a fail. That's bad. Actually, you know what?
It is the first time you use it.
Yes.
If I use an omen, I reroll just one of them, correct? Or do I reroll both since it's all 1 attack?
So you can use your omens to reroll a dice. Yep.
Okay.
You can use omens to reroll a dice if you'd like to. Yep.
Okay, so so I'm gonna go use one of my omens. Okay, so the first attack is. First one's a natural 1. Second one's
The first one's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Your sword goes flying off and lands in the ocean.
Okay, so
You can see that one of the seals grabs onto it and swims away. You now have a seal with a sword to worry about later that I'm definitely not making a note of.
Okay. Do I still get my attack with my offhand, my
Yeah.
dagger? So that's a 17 though, which is. No, sorry, 16.
That'll hit.
Okay, so yeah, I get to deal with my D4 damage. Yay! 2.
All right, doing 2 damage to this thing.
God damn it.
It is still alive. You stab into this and you can see that the blubber actually takes the entirety of the damage that you do. You kind of like cut it open and you can just see this like what is essentially like seal lard go flying through the air. It looks quite delicious as it glistens in the not moonlight. And that brings us over to Blevit.
I realize that that's going to look mostly like lard.
Yeah?
I want to catch it perfectly in my mouth.
And a glint from the non-moonlight.
Yeah.
Like hop up like a sheepdog.
Yeah, fantastic.
So I think that from position here, I am going to leap over the now slimy back of the living seal, slide down its back, and strike with the hook hand as I go down to the back side.
That's
Hopefully
awesome.
flanking it.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see what happens. No. I'm going to omen it.
Okay.
No.
First of all, it's not a 1, it was a 2. Oh, that's dirty 20.
A dirty 20. That'll do it. Go ahead and give me some damage.
All right.
Nice, Barry.
You roll a 1.
I rolled a 1. I don't suppose we add strength to the damage.
No.
so
This
1,
game is
so-
not that nice.
Can you successfully roll less than 1 for
I
a car?
cannot. Yeah.
All right,
So
well,
you actually.
So I kind of just graze the
You
top,
kind of like
releasing
scratch
lard.
its back very nicely.
A couple
You,
of barnacles come off.
yeah, you can see the like kind of shivers go down its spine, and it makes this weird like seal purr. And you think maybe you turned it on, and
On this beach, you don't bang the fish.
Yeah.
Oh, they bang you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Right, yeah,
I
you're right,
finished
yeah.
that.
with an incredibly lustful look in its eye, the seal turns toward you. Its head begins to glow, and I need you to test presence as the psionic blast goes out straight toward you.
I love how many times we can organically put seal into this.
Baby.
How's an 11?
And 11 just barely makes it. You feel your body begin to like kind of seize up. You shake it off, not knowing what this seal is about to do to you.
Might I confuse it with an erotic feeling?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I gave to the seal, it gave back. I believe that is quid pro quo.
Do we
Not
all
spoken
need to
rightly,
do a
quid pro quo?
I like that.
Blevit is boning now.
Do we need to do
Baby.
checks for that? Like if we're made horny by things?
Yeah, what is the horny? Is it presence?
Yeah, how do we check if we're horny?
I would say toughness, but we don't have to do that right now.
Okay, but later.
We can do it
Later,
after.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Well, it's
constitution
when we're all
thing.
talking. We're like, okay, somebody has to break the.
Yes.
Okay. Was everybody else horny?
The melon was compelling.
So you watched your friend slide down the back of this thing, scratching it. It makes a weird purr. It turns to him and tries to paralyze him. And he winks. Blevit winks at the seal.
I'm compartmentalizing
Blevit
that
winks
for
at
later.
seal.
It's nature,
I'm gonna
baby.
put that in a little box
get
and
it
shove it.
Let's get it on.
I want to use my daggers to crawl up on the back of this thing,
Okay.
and then I want to stab it in the melon.
Okay. Do it.
This is one that's got kind of a weird bulbous head.
Though they all have
They
this
all
weird
have
bulbous
these weird
head.
brains.
All a bunch of melon heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit.
22.
All right, go ahead and
Nice.
do all of the damage that you do.
Yeah, so I swing up on the back and I'm going to drive my 2 daggers into this thing's head.
All right.
And I do 4 damage.
4
Nothing
damage.
wrong with that.
I can't save the seal. Go ahead and give me a description of it.
And I like just, I don't know, what's it? Is it like gelatinous inside?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to like...
it's filled with Crisco.
Okay, I'm going to make a small incision and start putting it into a jar.
Think better of actually siphoning it with your mouth
Yeah.
No.
and
No.
then ride the blubbering body to the ground.
That's your thing.
That's
I'm not doing that. I don't want to suck any... No.
Crag Sally stabs into this thing and begins scooping blubber out of it. And weirdly, it takes a very long time while the entire thing deflates like a balloon. Landing on the ground, you can see that the brains of these things are glowing. As you stand in the afterglow of this fight, you can see the lips of this Leviathan open ever so slightly. This foul stench of rotting insides creeps out, and a small, about 3 foot tall, worm leech-like creature with like this big gaping mouth full of teeth leans out. You can see that it's wearing almost like a pope's hat and holding a staff, and it goes, "All right, so are you here to help, or are you trying to eat our home?" And that's where we're going to end our session.
Parlay with the worm.
Oh my god.
When do we roll our horniness checks?
Right now.
Right now.
Okay,
Can we
yeah,
check to see
Sure,
our
yeah.
toughness?
Yeah. Before you pause it, yeah.
I got a 14.
Okay, wait, is high mean we're horny or does
We have to
failing
roll,
mean
then
we're-
we'll find out.
Okay, so I got toughness, I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay, fantastic. So the toughness roll is to be able to hide how horny you are.
Yeah, I'm
So-
cool and collected.
Yeah, right now, Bartholomew Bilge and Crag Sally, despite being in front of that incredibly beautiful woman and that super sexy seal, you guys are able to maintain. Blevit is boning, and George Clooney is drooling at the moment.
I would be in
like-
my bunk, but
Me and
I
you.
think
He's
that
in
we
his
should high
seal.
five.
I think that would be unfortunate. But let's go for it.
You high five. Boner high five.
A boner.
Tune in next week as NCRP Productions presents Episode 5. The more I get of you, the stranger it feels. Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman 76, Loading Mad Cat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, and Rosix 13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.